Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for his/her urgent love messages for you. So that's what we're going to look into, his/her urgent love messages for you. This is a pick a card reading. So we have here group 1, which says dream, group 2, which says love, and group 3, which says hope. So whichever one you're most drawn to is going to be the reading for you. We're also going to do a charm reading. We're going to do tarot cards. We're going to do some messages as well that will come out. So we've got lots to look forward to in terms of messages, and yeah, I'm really excited for the charm reading as well. So take your pick, and in the description box below there are the timestamps, so you can click on the timestamp. It will take you to the reading that you want to view. Also, there is information on private paid readings because I offer personal readings, so they're done within 24 to 48 hours. And then also there is the hold on a second. There's the personal readings, but there's also the free reading giveaway. There we go. The free reading giveaway, which I've done for a couple of years now. So every month I do a giveaway for one person to win a reading with me, and all the information for that is also in the description box below as well. And the last thing I want to mention is my intention store. So I have intention manifesting items on my Etsy store, which is Moonlight Tarot Store. The link is in the description box below. There are handmade bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards for under your pillow, in your wallet or your purse. Check out the review section to see how other people have seen results. There's also charms and letters and crystals, divination coins, pendulums, cloths, bowls, items that again you can put under your pillow as well. So the link is always down in the description box as well, and I hope you're all doing very well. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoot this back a little bit, move that like so, and let's just place these and start with the first group. Alright, group number 1, let's have a look and see what urgent love messages we have from your person to you. So we're definitely going to take a look. You have chosen here the dream heart, as you can see there. You can kind of see it. Let's put it right here. And your message, your first message here is, you are my world. So I randomly just went through the box and I picked one out, and then I just sealed it shut. So essentially that is your message. You are my world. That is your first and your main message that we do have here. Now let's have a look and see what we can get through with the Eternal Messages cards. We also have the Realms Mercury Edition cards as well. So these are the Eternal Messages, and we're also going to look into tarot as well. So what should we do first? Should we do the messages first and then do tarot? Let's do that. Okay, let me just grab these cards. Let's do the messages first. Okay, cool. So I've got even my tarot cards ready here as well, which you can't see, but here they are. Okay, right. So let's begin. Let me just move this back a little bit more. Okay. Urgent love messages for you, group 1. Don't focus on who wants me. I want you. You are my world. Those are pretty significant messages. I mean, I feel like this person also does dream a lot about you, which is why this dream heart also makes a lot of sense in many ways, which we have right there. It just goes to show as well that you might be focusing on other people around them, but actually what they're trying to tell you is don't focus on those people because my eyes are fixated on you. You are my world. My eyes go directly towards you. Interesting. Then we've also got here, I'm severing ties with the karmic partner. Okay, so now for some of you, there could be a karmic partner. It could also be someone from the past that they've had a karmic connection with, who they are really just, either they've struggled to get over that person, either they are with someone as in a karmic partner, it could be a third party situation, or simply there's someone in the past that still triggers them and annoys them or frustrates them, and they're really trying so hard to sever those ties, to sever those bonds, and to not be part of that anymore, or to let it trigger them anymore as well, because I'm seeing lots of different situations and scenarios for many of you, group 1, because the thing is, I'm doing a reading for so many different people, and obviously not everybody is on the exact same path, but for sure some of you are in a karmic, like you're in a situation where this person could be very much so in a karmic connection, and karmic connections are basically connections that teach people lessons. It's not always a long-term connection, it's just one that they are in that teaches them lessons and really challenges them to understand themselves as well. So that's what I see here, is that it makes so much sense where they're saying, don't focus on who wants me, I want you. And they're also very much so severing ties with the karmic partner, whether this is someone from their past or whether someone is, around. So that's what I'm seeing here. It says here, I know we're being spiritually guided. So one thing that definitely comes up is that they really do see you as the one, especially with You Are My World. And they're really dreaming of you. They're thinking about you. You're very active in their mind, which is powerful. Very, very powerful. They're thinking about your lot. They are thinking about things that they could do with you, places they could go with you, the future. That's the kind of stuff that's coming through here in the reading. I want to dedicate a song to you. That's really interesting. That's going to resonate in lots of different ways. Sometimes, they could literally send you a playlist. They could send you a song where the lyrics just mean something really strong to them, or artists that they love, or dedicating or actually writing you a song or singing you a song. This could go lots of different ways. Again, it's a very open reading. Sometimes my readings are so clear cut where it's like this is literally it, and there's no like real leeway. This one here has got quite a bit of leeway in that sense, because again, it's going to resonate with many of you in different levels or different ways. Okay, so that's what we've got there with the eternal messages. Let me just shuffle these other ones out. Actually, do you know what? Let's do tarot. Let's sandwich these messages. So we'll do messages, tarot, messages. I love a good sandwich. Okay, let's see. 3 of Cups, there you go. It's pretty significant, isn't it? That it's just tying in to your reading. So there's definitely a karmic situation. Oops. Oh, look at that. Okay. There's definitely a karmic situation that I feel is happening. Again, this could be an ex or someone from their past that really triggers them even to this day, or frustrates them, annoys them, makes them upset, makes them angry for things that have happened in the past. And that's something that I think is very, very significant here, because it obviously shows that it's affecting them. It obviously shows that it's very hard and difficult for them to process, but they know what the right thing here is to do, and their focus is really on you, even though this person could be triggering them and annoying them. They've had enough, really, whether it's someone that is actually around them or someone from their past that just still triggers them. Let's put the Ace of Cups here. 4 of Swords with the 2 of Cups. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so 3 of Cups would be that karmic energy, right? But the 2 of Cups here shows their focus and intent towards you, being mutual towards you and wanting to progress towards you. They know that they're being spiritually guided here. You've also got the Angel of Venus in the 2 of Cups card too. So to me, that really does go to show that their focus when it's about progressing something is towards you. Them severing their ties is to do with this connection here. So they're 2 separate things. Okay, and the focus is really towards you. The 4 of Swords shows that they are a little bit quiet. So I feel like that's one of the things that they would want to tell you is, I am being a bit quiet. Don't take it personally. I'm trying my best to do lots of different things right now, and that's really my focus, So they've got a lot to think about in that case, or in that situation, or in this situation. So that's what we see there. But the 4 of Swords is also about wanting peace and essentially not wanting things to kind of get heated or angry, so they're just trying to take time to kind of understand themselves. Okay, Mercury cards, let's see. I should have listened to you. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I was just like, ooh, okay. Yeah, for sure. The other thing that I pick up as well is you have got this gradual progression that's happening on the cards, which is the Ace to the 2 to the 3. Even though it came out 3, 2, 1, you see what I mean? It's like it goes backwards instead. Technically, it would be like 1, 2, 3, but actually in this case, it's going 3, 2, 1, lift off, you know. So to me it really goes to show that they're learning their lessons, and actually it going backwards is not necessarily a bad thing, because when you count down to something it leads to something even bigger, right? So that's what I'm seeing here, is that karmic situation, them severing ties with that, actually leads them to be much more open towards you, and from that point forward it leads them to be much more emotional, vulnerable, open, optimistic, loving, and to really be much more expressive towards you as well. I just feel like they're taking a bit of their sweet time trying to make things progress properly, if that makes sense. Let's just move this to the side. And this one says, I should have listened to you, as we spoke about. So I definitely feel like they know that they should have listened to certain things that you said, and they definitely do feel bad about that, and perhaps even being defensive, but they know now, right? So Four of Swords is also about being at peace with themselves a little bit more, right? Taking actions that make them feel better, not trying to be so defensive, being okay with things, having acceptance towards things. My stability causing me problems. Do you know what? It very much so could be that they have some money issues or family issues or home issues that they really need to figure out first. And I think that that is one of the things that we see here. Even though, you know, they're much more rested within, they do have some things that they need to sever ties with. So something to keep in mind. And then you've got here, I know you can help me. So they know that you're a good person, like a very supportive person that they can go towards and get some really good energy and information from, because they know they should have listened to you. So they know that you are there to help them, not to be a villain, right? You're there to help them without ulterior motives, and they know that because of this experience, right? They know that you're not just saying these things out of jealousy or spite. You're actually saying things because you really do like this person, and also that you want to be there for them, and that is the most significant thing we see here. You've also got Snapchat as well. Now I would kind of say that this is social media in general, but there can be something to do with social media that comes through. For those of you on Snapchat, can be something to do here with Snapchat, but I do feel like they do want to connect, and they do want to be much more open, as I see with this Ace of Cups as well. So that is what I'm seeing there. All right, so let's go to the charm reading, which I am very excited about because I got some new charms and I'm so excited to share them with you. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so these are letters, and this can be initials for you or the other person. It can also spell out words for certain messages as well. And then we're going to look into crystal charms, and then also the normal charms that I have from my charm box. By the way, charms and letters are available to purchase on my Etsy store. I get so many questions. They are on my Etsy store, so everything's always linked down below for your convenience. Okay, so we've got a H, an L, a B, O, C, another H, K, K. Does anyone else write KK? You know, on messages, instead of OK, some people write KK. Does anyone else do that? I do that, don't judge me. That's why I saw it. But maybe it's a thing. Anyways, this could be initials. Again, it could also spell out certain things. So that's what we have there. All right, let's have a look into your crystal charms. I'm going to grab 2 of these. Let me just... 1, 2. Okay. Ooh, wisdom. See? I feel like they're becoming much more wise. I feel like that's something they really want to get across to you is, you know what, I'm wiser. I know you can help me. I should have listened to you. I should have been there for you. I am doing my best to get through all of this. You know, I'm really trying, and I'm wiser, okay? I am wiser. That 3 to the 2 to the 1, you know, that just goes to show that there is progress here, especially with this wisdom crystal as well, and also strength as well, really coming through there. You've also got peace. And so this crystal here definitely goes to show that they're much more rested and much more understanding of themselves. They have a lot more acceptance. They're not so angry, which they could have been in the past as well with certain situations. That 4 of Swords here showing a lot more peace within themselves. Yes, there are some aspects that are still causing them problems in regards to their stability, but they're much more at peace and they're not taking it out on everyone. So that's something to definitely keep in mind as well. All right, let me go with the charms now. Oh, sorry if that hurt anyone's ears because it literally fell on there. Oh, okay, so you got two dummies here. Now, what's really quite interesting about these dummies is that I feel like these also represent the chakra colors as well, which I think is really fascinating. So, this can also represent children, which I think is pretty fascinating here. So there's something about children here where I feel like when they think about you, they think of family. I feel like when they think about you, they think of stability. But then you've also got here this throat chakra color as well. And to me, that really represents that they know they need to be much more communicative with you. And that's something that they're trying to do. Step by step, they're trying to sever these ties with a karmic. They're trying to get themselves together. They know that they can come to you for help and support. And also you've got the crown chakra color here as well. So again, it could be something to do with children, but also this crown chakra color is about stability, it's about confidence, it's about really owning themselves and making independent decisions without always being swayed to do so. So that's something that I really see within them, is that they're making their own decisions. And I really do feel like, especially if certain people are trying to silence them, they're recognizing that, they have their own voice and that they should use their own voice, because that's what dummies also can do, right? It sort of silences in many ways too. It's also known as a distraction in many ways, but I feel like, it's like they're trying their best to come out of all of that. And then you've also got here this nice little, look at that, it's like a red quartz, and to me, again, this really represents the root chakra. It's about stability and security. It's about them trying to get themselves together. It's about them trying to build on the foundation that they know that they can do and have with you. And so I really feel like that's happening. Now, the spoon here can also feel like, sometimes they're like stirring the pot, and they really just don't want you to feel like they are stirring the pot, because sometimes you might feel like, oh, this person's just like always stirring the pot, making me feel like this. I just feel like they're trying really not to do that. But they know that it can come across like that. This wooden spoon can also indicate that maybe they really want to cook with you, or go to or have a lovely dinner with you. It could also be, again, something to do with food. But again, the spoon also with the dummies is very interesting. Again, it kind of reminds me of like feeding, and so kind of like feeling like, oh my god, this person's a little bit like a child and I wish they would grow up. But now, one thing I would say is that they definitely do feel like they could grow up, so I definitely feel like there is some maturing that's happening as well, regardless of their age. Remember, maturity is something that is just, it's just so, it's not always relative to age. Like, trust me, I know 5-year-olds that have more maturity than teenagers, and I know older people, much older people, in their 70s or 80s, who are, they're like children. So it's something to keep in mind. Like, they have such a like youthful energy as well, or they can come across as very immature. And of course, there are like health conditions that also come into play, where people can have Alzheimer's and dementia and things like that. But I'm also talking about when they're still fit and well. Like, people can still at that age still be immature also. But maturity also can happen with time, and it really depends on life experience too. So something to keep in mind is, it just because someone is young doesn't mean that they're going to be immature, and just because someone is older doesn't mean that they are necessarily mature. So something to keep in mind. And then we've got a rabbit here as well. How cute. So rabbit is all about intimacy as well. So I feel like this person is very physically attracted to you. By the way, the root chakra crystal, which we have right here, is also to do with intimacy and then feeling a real strong spark and connection towards you. I just like held this up, and I was really disappointed at my nails because I literally just painted them a day ago and they've chipped. Sorry guys, I don't complain about that kind of stuff, but it's so annoying because that's anyways. I'm like, what is going on here? Anyways, so we've also got here the key as well. So the key really does represent, again, that they really do feel like things can be unlocked with you, they can progress with you, and that they can move forward with you as well. Now, I also want to mention as well, like, sometimes I mention like really random things in my reading from time to time, like I did about my nails chipping. There could be something to do with them where they feel disappointed that they ruin things by mistake, or that things chipped away and they are trying to fix things. So it could also mean that in a very like undirect way, that what I said can also resonate, because I've had it many times where I would mention things and some of you would be like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, even though it was a very random thing that you said. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, so yes, this is what we have here, group number 1 for your reading. See, you are my world. We've also got dream here as well. They definitely do dream of you a lot. Daydreaming, night dreaming. comes across as very strong. You've got 2 H's and 2 K's, which are the only repeating numbers there. Repeating letters, sorry, letters. And yes, so that is what we have there. I feel like this person's becoming stronger and wiser, and they do want you to know that. And they want to do things also on their own timing. And also this crystal as well, which is what's for you will not pass you. So what's for you will not pass you, which means that what's meant for you is just never going to pass you by. It will, you know, work itself out is what I'm seeing here. So that's what I'm seeing. I hope that this reading gives you lots of clarity, information, knowledge. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe. I think I already mentioned that, but anyways, also charms and letters are available on my Etsy store. My Etsy store is linked down below, has lots of spiritual items on there, which could help you. And also the private paid reading and the free reading giveaway information is also in the description box below. I hope that you all take care. I hope that you all stay safe as well, and I hope to see you all very soon as well for another reading, if you choose me as your reader, of course. And also the other thing I wanted to mention as well, which I kind of forgot about, oh yeah, let me know how this resonates, yeah, in the comment section below. Alright, so let's take away some of these items. I've got lots of different components, so I'm like, where should I start? Okay, here we go. And put this in here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And here, and here, and here, and here. My tea. Actually, I'm going to take a little mini tea break. Let's just... My throat is not doing so well today, so I made... I think this is like a ginseng matcha tea. It was, well, it's marketed as a matcha tea. So it's got like ginseng. It's like a ginseng matcha green tea. Apparently, that's what it's called. So that's what it looks like. It's by Puka or Paka as they call it. It's pretty good actually. So I thought I would just have it, you know, as and when I get through one or two of the readings. So it's just cooled down so perfectly at this time. So I thought I might as well drink it now, which is good because that's why timestamps exist, right? Otherwise you'd be forced to like watch me do this, and I probably wouldn't do so otherwise. But yeah, so people have been asking me actually, whilst I take my little tea break, what kind of things I have on my table. I mention this from time to time as well. So we have this door here, which by the way is from the works. I was going to paint it, but I'm not really sure if I should, because what if I accidentally ruin it? I wanted to paint it with like tarot style stuff, but I don't know. I made a Christmas tree once, which you can actually see on my channel. If you go on the DIY playlist on my channel, you will actually find that I made a Christmas tree, and I made it like tarot style, like tarot themed, and I painted it and did like collage stuff on it. I was thinking of doing that to this door, but I just don't know how it's going to turn out and if it's going to be too distracting. This hand, which a lot of people ask me about, you know, you can actually hang this up as well. It's really heavy. It comes with a booklet as well. You can actually hang this, but obviously it stands up, which I love. It is from the Crystal Zen shop, I believe. I even got a water bottle which has like a crystal in it, and then it's like covered in like the plastic, and then when you fill it up, it's got like the crystal in it, which is okay. However, it opens from both sides, like the top and the bottom, which is a bit risky, I feel, because I just feel like that's just might be a recipe for disaster. Nothing's happened to it so far, but for sure, I'm not really sure why they made it like that. Then what else do we have? I'll show you that one day. Maybe I'll even use it as decoration one day. This is from the British Heart Foundation, from a charity shop. It was pretty pricey, but I mean, like, this is so beautiful. It's basically a crystal lotus, as you can see, and then in it I put in some coins that I found. These are like, they're not metal, they're like plastic coins. We have this little lavender plant as well, which is fake, from the range. We have these LED candles, which I did used to turn on. Thing is, my light is really bright, so it washes the candles out, and it literally looks like they're not on, even if they are on. That mosaic apple there is also from the range. This tray is from the range. It's a heart-shaped tray, which makes a lot of noise, which is why I just use it for storage purposes. And these little cubes are called high cubes. H-A-I, I think K-U-B-E-S, like haiku cubes, but high cubes is what they're called. You can get them on Amazon, I think, but also I got them from the Waterstones in the UK. And then I have this love sign, which I also got from the range. It's basically from their home decor section, which is a bit dusty. I actually need to clean that. I do wipe it down every now and again. I have to wipe everything, obviously, because otherwise it's going to get loaded in dust. And I don't actually deal very well with dust. I tend to sneeze a lot when things are very, very dusty. So I try to keep it clean, but the thing is, it just gets dusty very quickly. And then my charms and letters, for those of you that are wondering, you can actually purchase them on my Etsy store as well. So that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. This plant here, actually, which I did use as decoration, but then I have obviously that lavender one. This one is from Primark. It's fake, like it's completely fake. Even the gravel in there is like stuck in there. And then this peacock feather I got from India when I went there for a wedding, and they actually have peacocks in their garden. My family, just like roaming around, and so they obviously shed their feathers, and so I found that one, and then I found it in my bag. I was like, oh, like I actually, you know, managed to bring it all the way back with me, and actually managed to find it too, because, you know, it just had so much stuff, in all honesty, that it just got completely lost, and I didn't, you know, I wasn't really worried about it, but I found it and I was like, oh, okay, so I just shoved it in the middle. They're so beautiful, peacocks, and they're so delicate, and just how they fly as well is just so fascinating to me. I'm almost done. It's just that my throat today has not been doing well, and I really like to keep my readings going up on the same kind of schedule, because I feel like really out of place when my reading doesn't go according to my schedule that I have planned out. It just makes me feel weird. So, you know, that's the thing, is that I really wanted to film this reading. My throat's not too bad, it just needed a bit of a kick, which this tea seems to be giving it. Okay, if anyone stuck along for the tea break, let me know, because I'm pretty sure it was boring, and I'm pretty sure nobody ever wants to see that or hear that I'm taking a tea break, but it was just so necessary today, so I really hope that you're still sticking around. It happens. Happens sometimes where we just need a bit of a break, actually, in the reading. Hi, group number 2. This is your reading with me for his/her urgent love messages for you. So we're going to have a look, see what is coming through. You've chosen the heart here, which says love, which, can you see it? Can you see it? Just about. So I'm going to put that right here. And then you also have the envelope message as well. So let's read what your message here is. Okay, that's interesting. So your message here is yes. So, okay. It's an interesting message, you know. So I had my envelopes and I just jumbled them up, and then I put them into each pile, and I just like sort of stuck them down, but I didn't actually read them. So it's interesting that this one here says yes, because there seems to be a positive answer to something that you may be wondering about. So let's have a look and see. All right, so let's go and start with the eternal messages, then we'll do tarot, and then we'll go back to some other messages. I will also do a charm reading as well. That's what I wanted to mention too. So stick around for the charm reading. I'm so excited. I've got these new charms, which I'm really, really excited about. So let's have a look. Okay, so this is the eternal messages. Let's see what messages we have from your person. Okay. We have got here, I've been telepathically communicating with you. Don't think because we don't talk, I don't want you, because I do. So what I'm seeing here is that some of you may be in no contact, some of you may be in a bit of a difficult situation with this person, could be hot and cold energy. If the two of you are talking, they definitely don't feel like they're giving you as much as they should be, which I think is a pretty bold message from them. Okay, so even if the two of you are in communication with one another, they don't feel like they're giving you enough support, energy, communication, feedback. They really don't. They don't feel like they're giving you enough. So it's something to keep in mind for sure. Even if the two of you are in no contact, they definitely do acknowledge that just because the two of you don't talk doesn't mean that they don't want to, because they actually do. And the same could go if the two of you are in a hot and cold situation, like they're being hot and cold with you, you know, in terms of like giving you communication sometimes and then sometimes just not. So they've been telepathically communicating with you in a very spiritual way. You might be seeing signs and synchronicities, certain repeating numbers, and I definitely do feel here that they feel bad. Like they feel bad, and they do not feel so great about how they're treating you, okay? So we've got here, just know I'm obsessed with you, which is interesting because you got love, you know, you chose the love heart, obviously, and then also it's got a yes here, and then this one says here, I know you're my twin flame. There's a spelling error on this card. Just ignore it. I didn't make these cards, by the way. I actually purchased them, but I just want to say I do acknowledge it, okay? So yeah, they know that there is definitely a spiritual connection between the two of you. Now, some of you may feel like, actually, you know what? I believe that this person is more my soulmate. So, you know, some of you might think, yeah, like, oh my God, we are twin flames. So I just want to say that for some of you, it can be that you feel like you're soulmates, but then your person may feel like you're more so like twin flame kind of energies, okay? So something to keep in mind. Now, some of them, you know, may not even like properly recognize it, but someone may have told them like, oh, you know, like, is this a spiritual connection or something like that? So they really do feel like there is something really strong here, because they have been seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities as well, and that is really creeping and weirding them out, where they're trying to understand what it all means as well. And this happens, right, from time to time when we see certain things that make us go, oh my God, is that really a coincidence? Like, that cannot be a coincidence. And we Google things and we're trying to get to the bottom of things. I feel like things have happened to them where things have been like a series of just synchronicities where they have thought to themselves, that cannot be a coincidence. And so they're Googling things, and I feel like they've come across the twin flame concept. So I just want to let you know that I feel like they've come across the twin flame concept, and they feel like there's something there in regards to the two of you and what's been happening also in regards to a lot of these spiritual messages that they've been getting, or synchronicity signs, you know, signals, etc. So keep that in mind too. Now, let's see. And they are obsessed with you, which I think is interesting, because they do think about you a lot, and I feel like because they dream of you a lot and they think of you a lot, that really does come through very, very strongly. Let's go to tarot. Let's go to tarot. I want to see what we have. Oh, okay. So a lot of you may know this, some of you may not know this. The Four of Wands is known to be a twin flame card, but the Four of Wands is also a card about signs and synchronicities, because it is literally 11:11. So this reading is really syncing in itself, right? It's really connecting to itself. All of the cards are connecting to each other. These are also connecting to one another. I'm so excited to see also what the charms will also bring us, as well as the other message cards, because this is what happens in a lot of my readings, is that, you know, we'll go through something and then the same thing will be said on the other side of things. So yes, for sure, as I'm going to repeat myself here, I know, but the Four of Wands basically just goes to show that, yeah, they are seeing a lot of repeating numbers. They're seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities. This is a twin flame energy here as well. It's also a fire energy, right? So that's something that's really triggering them. They're starting to understand more of this connection, and they do want to talk to you. They do want to communicate with you. They do want things to be balanced with you, and I see it. Oh, got a lot of cards here. So we've got these two cards, and I'm going to take the bottom card of this pile, okay? So let me just... Oh, it's the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Whoa. By the way, like, this is a very yes reading, right? So if you're wondering, like, are we going to be together? Are things going to work out? You know, is this person going to communicate with me? Is this person going to make things progress? There's a yes here, which we see also with this envelope as well. So it's all making a lot of sense. Actually, let's put the ace here. Wheel of Fortune, progression, okay? Progression, direction, slowly but surely things getting better. Again, they feel like you're a very lucky person. You're very kind, you're very secure, you're very strong. They really appreciate that. You've also got the star here as well, which is about the stars aligning and everything coming together, and them really understanding themselves and also healing and getting themselves together so that everything in this connection can also work out and progress and get better and stronger between the two of you too. So you've just got this really powerful energy of things coming together. The stars aligning, the Ace of Pentacles is about them being much more open with you, which they want to be with you, okay? So their message towards you here is really like, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. I do want to talk to you. I'm trying to get myself together. I'm trying to progress. I know that you're lucky. I know that you're very special. I'm just trying to, you know, heal, get myself together. It's a work in progress is what I'm seeing with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles here as well. It's going to take a bit of time for them to sort of get themselves together, but they know that there's something really special here and they cannot run away from it. That's what I see very, very strongly on the cards. Let's go to your next cards. These are the Mercury Realms cards. Ooh, don't ever change who you are. They like you just the way that you are. Even with the star card, I feel like they have attraction towards you. They like how you conduct yourself, the things that you say, the things that you do. They really, really appreciate you for who you are, especially with that Four of Wands as well. You've got the couple there. You know, and they're in harmony. They celebrate one another, celebrate their connection. So they definitely don't want you to change who you are. I think that's pretty significant. I'm upset with myself. I think that they're more so upset with their own behavior towards you, and they kind of blame themselves, you know, in that sense too. They really do blame themselves. They are not blaming you. So if you feel like it's all your fault, I just want you to know that, remember, it takes two to make things happen and it takes two to make things work. And they're definitely recognizing that, you know what, they could do better. Not in terms of like doing better in terms of like who it is, but they could do better in terms of their actions and their behavior towards you. Okay, so there's something to keep in mind, is that they are really upset with themselves and they feel bad. They feel bad. They think that you're very good the way you are. Oh, I'm going to reach out soon. That is a message. That is a message, all right? So the Ace of Pentacles, especially for those of you that do not have contact, who are in no contact, well, it's just the same thing I just repeated, but in a different way. Wow, moonlight, wow. Yeah, so anyways, those of you that don't have contact, I do see them reaching out soon. For those of you that just, you know, have someone around who's very hot and cold and just very, like, indecisive, let's say, I feel like they can again reach out in a bit more of a stable manner. And for those of you that have conversations, I mean, they can reach out and be much more progressive with you. That's basically what I'm seeing here. So I mean, that's a very bold message, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. It makes a lot of sense, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Wands, and the Star here is about the path of least resistance, which is about things just flowing in a very natural way, and them not trying to, you know, your person is trying not to prevent themselves. You know, some people stop themselves from doing things that they naturally want to do. Here, I don't see that. Here, I see that they'll go with a natural course of direction. You know, the wheel turns naturally. You know, it just turns. With the star here, the water flows very naturally. So that's what we see there. And then your last card here is you challenging my beliefs. Sorry, I said that in a really bizarre way. You challenging my beliefs. There we go. So, you challenge my beliefs. I can't even read today, can I? You challenge my beliefs, which goes to show here that you definitely do challenge some of the things that they felt they grew up with. So, for example, they could have seen relationships as a child and just thought that, you know what, that's how relationships are. And they could have been toxic relationships, they could have been unhealthy relationships, and they just grew up to think like, actually, you know what, that's probably just how it is. However, when you came into the picture of this person's life, they started to recognize and realize that actually you're challenging their beliefs. And actually that's not a bad thing, because that's made them realize so much more. So you challenge their beliefs, I believe, in a very, very healthy way, because again, they're saying don't change who you are. So you challenge them in a very, very good way. Okay, that's what we have. So I feel like they would want to tell you that, you know, you challenged me in a really good way, that they actually appreciate it, and it's brought them this new way of thinking and a new way of seeing things that they may not have done before or seen before or tried to accept before. Okay, so now we go to the charms. I'm so excited. Okay, so we've got crystal messages, all right, and then we've also got the letters here as well. So the letters can be initials, can also spell out words as well for messages. S, X. I know what you're all thinking. I know what you're all thinking. You're wondering if an E is going to come out. I know what you're thinking. I'm just kidding. Oh, 6. Okay, 6. I think in terms of, oh, we got one here as well. In terms of dates, perhaps there could be something around the 6th. Just something that's coming through. 6th, maybe that's when they reach out, or they're much nicer towards you, or something about the 6th. But I'm also seeing a 6. So it could be some kind of, you know, whether it's to do with a date of birth or a day. I'm seeing a 6, as you are as well. We're also seeing fixed as well. Because I feel like they want to fix things. I'm going to try and be funny, but I mean, maybe they have a Wix site, you know, those Wix ads that we get everywhere. But yeah, I'm seeing definitely a 6 and a fix. We've got a U, okay. Well, I mean, you've got an FU, okay, okay. FUWZ and an S. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Let's have a look and see what we have from the crystal messages. Gonna grab 2 of these. Don't know where my hand is leading me to, but let's go. Okay, 1. Let's go into this little corner. See what's in this corner. Okay, desire. Okay, so you know the S and the X came out, and you know, I was thinking like, okay, maybe an E is going to like pop out, you know, that would definitely represent physical intimacy and them thinking of you in a very physical way. Obviously that didn't really come out, but we do have desire, which goes to show that physically they're very, very attracted to you and they really like you as you are. So that's something to keep in mind, is physically they are very attracted to you. And then we also have here nurture as well. So they feel like you're very kind, you're very caring, you're just a very nurturing soul, and you're always trying to do the best you can for yourself, but also those around you. So they really don't have anything bad to say about you. Like I didn't see anything bad here. It's more so that they feel these things also towards themselves, and they know that they could do better towards you in terms of their actions and the words and their phrases, communication, etc. They're literally telling you don't change who you are, right? So that is what we have right there. Let's go with the additional charms. Okay, so we've got here, oh, how did this end up in there? Okay, well, we've got an L as well. So we've got a Y, we've got a J as well. Okay, so that's what we've got in terms of letters. Actually, let me just show you so you can have a look. Okay, those are your letters. So in terms of charms, let's just move these crystals to the side. You've got the grandfather clock, which is about them knowing that they need to make a decision, and that would really help everybody all around, including you. The grandfather clock here is also perhaps maybe they're like influenced by their ancestors, or they've just had a way of doing things, especially this person has just been following traditions, or they've always done things according to a certain tradition, that like you are really challenging some of the beliefs that they grew up with, but actually they really like those. So perhaps this could be about breaking tradition and things like that, but we have this grandfather clock, okay, and that to me here, I mean, it's so classic, right? But it's also quite outdated in many ways too. So it's something to keep in mind, is that this could be to do with values and traditions and things like that. I love grandfather clocks personally, but of course, you know, they are a little bit outdated and not everybody tends to keep one these days. So it's something to keep in mind, but they are beautiful. I would have one personally if I could, but You know, it's one of those things. So we've got the heart here as well. I do feel like I feel like this person really does like you and they have very strong feelings towards you. Got travel here as well, so it's interesting. They might propose that the two of you travel, or perhaps you meet up, but things like that. It's what I'm seeing. Got the dolphin here. Now the dolphin is spirit animal, is really just, again, very nurturing. It's very kind, it's very playful, but also it's to do with also physical intimacy as well. So I do feel like, again, they're very, very physically into you. You've got this blue crystal, which reminds me of the throat chakra. So again, they know that they need to communicate a lot more with you. Again, you've got the blue here as well. I believe this is lapis lazuli. So, you know, you've got that sort of, again, more blue, right? So blue is also going with the flow. You've got the Aquarius, which is also about the water bearer, right? You've got quite a bit of dominant blue here. You've also got one person here also wearing blue. The other one is wearing red. So you've got red and blue. To me, obviously, you know, when I think of red and blue, I think of a magnet, you know, that we had in school, where the red and the blue, they would attract, but they would also be opposites, which makes a lot of sense with the twin flame energy. But also the blue here is about flow and direction and growth, and also about emotions and taking care of that aspect, but also going with the flow and taking the path of least resistance, which they really want to do, and they want to tell you, like, you know what, I'm trying, but also at the same time that I need to communicate more with you, which is also throat chakra energy. Then we've also got the spanner, which knows that they need to fix certain things and do certain things and show you that they are really willing to fix things. There you go. Then you've also got the cat here, which is about personality. So they really do feel like you've got a really loving, nurturing, kind personality that you should never change yourself. And you've got here, a sister is someone to dream, cry, laugh, sing with. And then you've got these two hearts as well. So this energy is about family. Like, you really do remind them of family, because you're always there. You're just someone that's so kind. You strike them as someone who is just so kind and caring and nurturing and very just lovely, you know. And so that's really what we see here in that sense. So that is what we have got. Ta-da! So that is pretty much your reading. And again, you know, it could be that they just really see you as someone who is, I wouldn't say like a sister, because that's really not what I'm seeing here, but, you know, you remind them of family. You know, like, family can go through things together, you know. I know that some people do have like family issues and things like that, but I definitely feel like you feel like, you know, a strong support to them, and that's what I see in this regard. So that's what we have there. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, rereading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on Etsy. Charms and letters are also on Etsy as well if you wanted to purchase them. So everything is linked down below, and take care, everyone. Alright, so we are going to go to the next group now, and we will see what's coming through. This is what I need. Okay. Let's put these in here. Or is it the other way around? I think. Other way round. Okay. Group number 3. Hello, how are you doing today? So we are going to be having a look into his/her urgent love messages for you. So let's take a look, let's see what's coming through and what messages I can give to you as well. So you have chosen this heart, which says hope, as you can see. So let's put that right there. And your message, which was chosen at random, and then I just sealed it up and put it here. And this one here says, I feel the passion. Okay, so they feel the passion. Let's put that right there. So we're going to do messages, we're going to do tarot, and we're also going to do like message cards, tarot cards, and then also charm reading as well. So do stay tuned. We've got lots of information coming through. So let's start with the eternal message cards. Okay, well, I'm not going to take this entire part. I feel like we should take this one here. But, wow, look at this. So it says, I do think about the future, and when I do, I think about you in it. Okay, so they're really thinking about a future here with you. Then we've got here, I'm really sensitive deep down. I just put up a front. Telepathically communicate with me. They can definitely feel your spiritual energies, which is something that's really quite powerful in this sense, for sure. Like, they can really pick up a lot of what you're feeling or thinking or how intense your emotion is. I feel like it just goes to them, and that really does, like, that really also makes them think like, okay, should I do this or should I do that, or should I do this or should I do that? So definitely feel like they may also be sending you messages telepathically. You might be seeing a lot of repeating numbers or signs and synchronicities that remind you of them as well, and that could also mean that they're thinking about you at the same time. So, I mean, they really do think of a future here, and when they think of their own future, they think about you being in it. They don't think about you excluded from it, which I think is also huge, because I feel like this person does feel a lot of passionate energy towards you, not just in terms of physical intimacy, but how you are as a person and what you also bring to the table and what you offer. So it says, I'm really sensitive deep down. I just put up a front. So, you know, on social media, they may post like they're having a great time, or they may be telling their friends like, oh, you know, I did this and I did this, and it's so great and it's so amazing. Or they may come to you and say, oh yeah, I did this and I did that, you know, especially if you are in contact with this person, because some of you may not be in contact with this person, is also something that I see here as well. So you might be looking at the social media or be getting information from people around them like, oh yeah, they're doing so well, but actually what's happening is they're putting up a front. I feel like deep down they're not feeling so great, but they're just kind of putting up a front to maybe also try and get your attention, which is something that we see here. Okay, and then your last one here, it says, the thought of explaining myself and apologizing scares me. I don't want to see the pain I've caused in your eyes. So something may have happened between the two of you, right? And what they're trying to basically say is that they really just don't know how to go about apologizing, and they just can't really stand themselves thinking about the pain that they've caused you, the sadness they've caused you, the frustration they may have caused you, the anxiety they may have caused you. Like, this kind of stuff keeps them up at night and makes them feel like, oh my gosh, like, how can I deal with that? I just can't, you know? And it's one of those things that I really pick up here, which is something that I for sure see, which is the thought of that just really, really scares them and just makes them think like, how, and, you know, how and how and how. How can I do that, you know? So it's one of those things where, you know, some people can walk over their ego to kind of explain things, and other people, they just feel really guilty and they get riddled with like shame and guilt and frustration, and they just, you know, they feel even worse. So I feel like they're really sensitive deep down, even though they definitely put up a front, okay, in terms of how they portray themselves to be, because they like to keep in other people's minds a very strong image of themselves. So they do try to kind of show that they have like this, like they protect themselves basically with their ego, okay? Even though I do feel like they really do care about you and they really do see a future with you, they definitely may show themselves to be someone at times that is very different, you know. They may come across as even stronger than they actually are within themselves. So it's something to keep in mind. You know, some people do that where they feel so much from inside, but they don't always express it, you know. So it's something to bear in mind. You've got here the Six of Swords. Okay. That's about them wanting to emotionally take themselves to a better place. I definitely feel like they may have some wounds from childhood or some abandonment issues that just they're sort of carrying with them wherever they go, and they know that they need to work on these particular things. This person is very, very, very emotionally sensitive from what I can pick up. So, you know, even the smallest bit of like thing that you may say to them, you know, they will really think about things. They may act like they don't think about it, but they do. So if you're dealing with someone who's quite abrupt, what they're trying to basically tell you is, you know, I do think about these things. You may think I don't, but I do think about them. You may also think that maybe sometimes this person just doesn't care. Deep down, they definitely do. Okay. Okay, you've got another 6, which is the 6 of Wands. So this is about them coming towards you. And also, this is about them wanting to make things right with you. This is about celebration and joy, which I think is really interesting. And then you've got the 7 of Cups here. So they think a lot, okay? This person thinks a lot. You may think that they just don't care, that they're just out there living their busy life. But again, they're putting up a front. And the 7 of Cups here also, I feel like, you know, telepathically, they can pick up your feelings. They can pick up your intentions at times. And say, for example, you really want to reach out to this person, they can feel it in their energy, and then they can also be triggered in a way to kind of reach out back to you, which I think is really interesting here as well. And the more you focus on yourself, the more they, I feel, think about really getting triggered in order to reach out to you or to, you know, talk to you about certain things. So the Wheel of Fortune definitely shows here that they feel like you're a very lucky person. Because you are someone that really has just been very honest and very stable through and through. No ulterior motives. You're just very stable and you're always just flowing with things, doing the right thing. And that makes them more attracted to you because they just feel like you've got yourself together. Even if you feel like you haven't got yourself together, they feel like you've got yourself together. Okay, so making a post about you is this message. So on social media, it's possible that they might make a post about you. It could be like actually making a post about you, or putting a meme or some kind of quote or song lyrics that are actually directed towards you but indirectly, you know what I mean? So that could be something that happens there. So that's what we're seeing. Or they could, yeah, or it could be something to do with communication, but I feel like it's something to do with social media. Some of you, I feel like, you know, a lot of people these days are also kind of not really on social media too, so something to keep in mind that not everybody is, right? So that's interesting. I think that's really interesting. Take it as it makes sense. That's what I would say. This one says it's important to know you're important, so they definitely feel like you have got yourself together. They see you and hold you in a very, very high regard. They definitely see you as someone that's just really wise, very intelligent, you know who you are. They see you as the ultimate, like they want to live up to that kind of standard, you know, and that's why I feel like they just want you to know that you are important. That's a huge message. Don't change who you are. You're important, you know. This one here is be patient with me, please. So yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense considering what they are feeling and what they're going through and how kind of all over the place they do feel. They just want a bit of patience here, and they do really feel the passion towards you, and they really do like you. They're also just really going through a bit of a transitioning phase, I would say, you know, of really understanding themselves. So hope here shows that there can still be light at the end of the tunnel in this connection. And this one says, I'm upset with myself. So they're upset with themselves, not upset with you. So I think that's something to really keep in mind here, is that this is not them being upset with you. This is them being upset with themselves and knowing that they have to kind of, you know, get themselves in a place where they feel better about themselves too. Okay, so that's their inner work that they are trying to do, and that they know that they will, I feel like they will do it, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which shows a change of fate in comparison to what they're kind of projecting and showing right now to others. Let's go to your charm reading. So we're going to start first of all with letters, and then we'll do the crystal charms. Okay, so these letters could be initials, or it could spell out words that can resonate with the reading. So you've got a C, Q, I, S, Okay, what I was going to try and spell out was this, like T, H, I, S, and then I also found a swear word as well. So I just, you know, I mean, some of you will see it in here, right? This is, we rearrange these letters, you will find a swear word, but I was mainly going to try and put this, okay, so this. I feel like they feel like this, okay? They feel like this because they're really upset with themselves, but they feel like this, okay? The thing here, oh, this, they feel like this, you know, and then we got this, so it's just something to keep in mind. Then you've got W, D, and another I as well. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Got dip as well. I'm sure many of you will see different words. So those are your letters. Let's go with someone asked me what this kind of bag is. It's just a cotton drawstring bag that I just put this in. This actually came with a deck of cards, which was actually the reconciliation deck of cards that I bought on Etsy, and I just thought that the pouch was so great. I have a storage system for all of my cards, so I don't really use the packaging. I actually do use like this came with crystals inside of it, so I just reuse packaging. This actually, my charm box was it had perfumes in it, which was a gift, so I just use that. I like reusing things because it's actually really perfect. And then this, for example, this is from these which are the high cubes, so I just put all of the envelopes in there. It's just really convenient, very handy. I don't have to buy extra trays and things like this. This my mum gave me. So yeah, anyways, I literally just reuse things, to be honest. So yeah, it's just a normal cotton drawstring bag. Okay, and that's your second one. Okay, so we've got nurture and passion. Ooh, ta-da! You got double passion here. Makes a lot of sense. So they feel a lot of passion towards you, and they're also passionate about working hard on themselves. So that's something I see here. They also feel like you're so nurturing. It's really triggering them to do a lot better towards themselves, which is something we see here. Right, to be a better person also. Okay, so these are your charms, which also have some letters in here. So you've got cup as well. Okay, so cup to me is what we see also in tarot as well. You've got the 7 of cups. Now the cups are full of things, especially in this case. They feel like you bring a lot to the table. They feel like they also need to kind of be equal and mutual and bring things to the table too. Like they feel like they're not doing enough, basically. And that's something that I see here. They feel like they could do way more, give you way more, do way more, be way more. So that's something to keep in mind, is that they don't feel like they're doing enough, and that's something that I see. They feel like they need to bring a lot more and do a lot more, so something to keep in mind. Then we also have here as well a J and an M. Oh, we've got a lot of letters here. And then we've got the asterisk, I can't even say it, but the little star here that you see on phones. You also see this on the keyboard as well, where people put things between the asterisks. So it's also the star, which to me here really represents that there is hope. There is a sense of things progressing and things going in a certain direction too. We've also got the rose quartz star as well, which is about healing and essentially finding their way too. And also it's about love, which is something that they really do feel towards you. You've got the root chakra crystal, and this to me is about stability and security and then really strengthening this, but it's also about passion and intimacy. So to me, they feel very, very passionate and very intimate towards you. They feel like you come with a full cup, but they also don't feel so great within themselves, right? We saw that swear word. They felt like this, and they're really trying. I feel like they are upset with themselves, but they feel like you're very important and they really want to work towards that. Like you're really triggering them to be better and to do better. So that's what we have, group 3, okay? These are important messages from your person. For you, urgent messages, urgent love messages, should I say. And yeah, if this reading resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do check out the description box below. By the way, the charms and the letters are available on my Etsy store if anyone is interested in purchasing them. And what else can I tell you as well? Oh yes, yeah, definitely do comment down below to let me know how it resonates, and don't forget to check out the description box. All the information's there, Etsy store link is there, the private paid readings, free reading giveaway, everything, literally everything is there. So definitely do check that out as well, and I hope that you all take care and stay safe. That's the main thing, right? Stay safe, everyone, and I'll see you all very soon. All right, bye everyone.